So yeah, so the first question is really a bit of a background and information on yourself. So could you please tell me a bit about your background and how you initially got started with health and fitness on Instagram?
So my health and fitness background started before Instagram. I did the whole like route through college. So when I was in college, I did my level two and level three qualifications, which is quite rare now. Everyone seems to do it online and get it
Yeah.
done within 6 weeks. But yeah, I did the whole 2 years in college, which I
Wow.
still think is better because you actually get to work with people rather than doing it on the screen. Once I left college, I went and worked in the gym and just kind of worked my way up. I started as just like a receptionist and then started training clients, started doing classes, and then just went from there. And then I eventually built up my in person training
Right.
and hit capacity. And then when I hit capacity doing the in person stuff, then it was time to branch out. I set up an Instagram page and then I started doing the online stuff as like a side by side. And then once the online stuff took off, I then left the in-person stuff.
Oh, great. Okay. So in terms of your kind of Instagram, did you start sharing content relating to health and fitness initially?
Yeah, my actual Instagram account was a personal fitness journey to start
Yeah.
with. Probably for the first year I had it, it was all just my journey, what I was doing. Wasn't like platform to go towards like potential clients. It was literally just here's what I'm doing, this is why I'm doing it. And then as time went on, it just slowly started to shift towards, oh hey, you can do this too if you want.
Okay. And so kind of what point did you kind of realize that you could turn maybe your platform on your kind of um account into a business?
It was when I was still doing the face-to-face training. I started getting most of my clients through Instagram just because they knew me and they
Yeah.
followed me, and then they would go, "Oh, hey, can I come and train with you?" And then that's when it kind of prompted. I was like, "Oh, hey, this is pretty cool that people are coming to me."
And okay, that sounds really good. So in terms of like your maybe your followers or your audience, how did you kind of go about building your audience? Is it just about, was it just around sharing kind of your journey on Instagram?
Yeah, yeah. So to start with, when I didn't have any online clients, it was all just myself and what my in-person clients were doing.
Yeah.
But as I started to build my page and my following group, it was all just local people. So people
Yeah.
that I knew through different connections, through previous things in life, and then just from people that went to the same gym I worked at. That was where most of my audience and following come from to start with, and then it just kind of snowballed from there.
Was there anything that you kind of like strategies that you used in order to grow your following, or is it just kind of organic the way that you kind of started posting content or posts and stuff and then it kind of grew like that?
Most of it is organic.
Yeah.
Just from obviously, like I said, the gym. Like the only really strategies I used to start with is I just followed people who followed the gym I went to.
Right,
So
okay.
at the time I was manager of the gym I worked at Pure Gym, we'd recently opened, so we had a couple thousand followers. I would just go and follow the followers from there. So it wasn't like a big, massive, like groundbreaking strategy. It was just, oh, let me follow the people that go to my gym, and
Yeah,
that's
okay,
it.
that's great. And then in terms of like do you if you put a post out like before that like prior to kind of you establishing as online or even now, like how do you kind of if you say a reel or a post, how do you measure its success of it being kind of reaching the target audience?
So when I when I kind of first started focusing on Instagram and posting stuff for other people, my
Yeah,
first metric I would kind of
yeah,
judge things on would just be likes and engagement.
yeah,
Um, because I'd only post maybe once or twice a week. I'd get quite a lot of likes because it wasn't as frequent. Now I'm posting pretty much every day, multiple
yeah.
times a day. Obviously, the likes will come down, and also I've realised that likes don't mean anything because a lot of my clients, when they do come in, when I've looked back at things, they don't like any of my stuff. So like a like doesn't mean a client. So now it's
Okay.
just if I put a post up that has like a call to action, like a keyword, like
Yeah.
message me this, I can measure it like, oh, how many people have actually read the post, how many people are interested, and how many people have messaged me from it.
Yeah. And then it's like, so you mentioned call to actions and stuff. So when did you start seeing Instagram as more than just like a social media platform and more like of the business opportunities or kind of your clients that come through there?
It was probably once I had the first couple of clients through Instagram, I then realized, oh, like I should probably start actively marketing this rather than just picking up clients just by accident kind of thing. I thought,
Yeah.
oh, let me try and actually do this properly.
Yeah.
So that was probably about a year and a half, 2 years into me hitting capacity. I was like, oh, let me just try and push things online now and push, like, get a wait list going.
And did you face any challenges trying to create that kind of platform in terms of attracting customers via Instagram?
Yeah, yeah, it's a we, part of the nature of business. There's highs and lows. It
Yeah.
all kind of peaks and troughs, and it's just a case of riding the bad months and yeah, waiting again for the good months because like just with any business, like it will come up and down. Like especially December time and November
Yeah.
time isn't great. Obviously January is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a case of staying consistent with it. I could have packed it in 2, 3 months in when I wasn't really getting much return, but it's a case of no, keep doing it, keep showing up,
Yeah.
and just building that.
Client, yeah. And my next question is around branding and marketing. So how do you approach branding yourself as both kind of someone who's like on Instagram in the health and fitness area and also like a business?
So I used to have separate pages. So I
Okay.
have my coaching page, I have my personal page. It's all in one now. I think personal branding is really, really strong at the moment. So I did separate myself from like business to personal. And I kept my business page purely business, purely coaching, and then everything about me, my life went onto my personal page. And now I've started mixing the two. When like a lead comes to me, a client comes to me, they're more bought in because they feel like they know me a bit more. So there's less of a disconnect, which I think is better because then that helps when the client comes into the business. We have a
Yeah.
better relationship to start with. So from a like marketing perspective, yeah, I think personal branding goes a long way.
Yeah.
Keeping the name like forefront because people buy into people.
Okay, cool. And in terms of Instagram's role, how does that play in your marketing and sales strategy? Is it for your kind of business? Is it all kind of online on via Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram and then my own clients. So word of mouth referrals are still really strong because if someone's been through the process and they tell their friend like how good it is,
Yeah.
yeah, they're going to listen to them. But Instagram and email marketing is the only marketing I do.
Okay. And have you collaborated with any kind of brands or create any other products that you sell?
No, I've never collaborated with brands. I collaborate with other people sometimes,
Yeah.
but nothing planned. It's all ad hoc basis.
Okay, great. So my next question's around kind of the ways that you monetize Instagram presence. So have you done any sponsors posts or anything like that? Or no, that's fine.
No.
And how do you kind of manage the balance between promoting your kind of business on Instagram and also kind of maintaining authenticity with your kind of followers?
So it's a fairly strange mix. In January, it's going to be more business and
Yeah,
more like promotion because people are more receptive in January. In
yeah,
December, it was the business kind of took a backseat. It was all promoting, enjoy yourself. Here's what I'm doing. Like this is a bit more about me and my family and my personal life.
yeah,
So each month kind of has a different mix. So like for example, December wasn't many opportunities for people to register their interest. January will be. So I feel like I'm quite transparent. So my feed posts are always more professional. my stories, I tend to be a bit more authentic, and that's why I get a lot of people messaging me going, "Oh, like I completely relate to that. Relate to that. I didn't understand that. I didn't know you did this too." Like that's when they kind of get to know me a bit more.
Okay, and in terms of like challenges in running the business, has it been difficult kind of obviously putting out content and also kind of and creating that business, but also kind of just like my question is basically, is it hard to do both, kind of like having that Instagram presence and also running your business? Like, is it a chore to kind of having to post daily?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So when I got into like the health and fitness space,
Yeah.
I didn't I didn't envision my life to be social media 100% pretty much. So
Oh, right. Okay.
Instagram probably takes up 60 to 80% of my
Right.
like day-to-day stuff, because
Okay.
it's okay, what can I post? What can I post that's actually going to be interesting to my followers? How can I help them?
Yeah.
Now I need to create the caption, I need to create the image or the graphic or the video, I need to schedule to post it, I need to distribute it. Yeah, it takes up a lot of time, which I didn't think would happen. And obviously, when I started becoming a PT, I thought it'd be
Yeah.
great. I'll just be in the gym or be training all day. And the reality now is I'm sat down in my office all day.
All right. And
Complete
have you,
opposite.
can you share any lessons that you've learned along the way in balancing kind of your business and or being a content creator, really?
So for a business, it is mainly like communication times. So I don't have the generic like you can contact me between this time, but my phone goes into um, do not disturb mode when I'm supposed to be working on things rather than like replying. So my clients will get replies 3 to 4 times a day rather than me replying every time a ping comes through. So they know they'll get like two, 3 windows where they can message me and they'll get a response. And then with Instagram posting, like I turn my notifications off for Instagram.
Right.
So for other content creators, I'm not sure if they do this, but I'll go in, I'll check my messages in the morning, I'll reply to people, I'll look at my notifications, I'll then post a story and like a grid post. I come off Instagram, my notifications don't come through, so I don't see the pings every two
Oh,
minutes.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't see the messages come through all the time. And then I'll probably go in again and check lunchtime, reply to a few messages. I might put another story up, and then the same in the evening. So I'm not on there all day because it's so easy to go on Instagram to do one thing and then be stuck there for 10 minutes scrolling, forgetting what you're doing, and then that, yeah, constant being in that constant cycle. So, yeah, notifications turned off was like a game changer for me.
It sounds a lot, to be honest, like constantly having to check Instagram. And I think, yeah, I mean, I don't know if how you
Yeah.
do it, to be honest. Have you encountered any setbacks, failures along your journey, and how did you overcome them? I know you mentioned about some months are a bit low, but was there any other kind of issues that you faced?
So a big issue for me was transitioning to fully online,
Right.
because I was working in the gym. My I was at a capacity. It was a bit of a leap, and a bit scary to go from having like that guaranteed income
Yeah.
to then nothing and be like being my own boss,
Yeah.
like full time. So that was a bit of a setback, and obviously it took a few months to build back up to where I was before, just from a financial perspective. Um, so when I did that, I just bought a house, I had a mortgage, and
Wow.
we were expecting a baby. So it was like everything was going to happen at once. So that for me
Yeah.
was a big setback. But then because I had all that going on, I had to make it work. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, so how has your kind of um journey from kind of all the content creating and creating the business impacted your kind of personal and professional life?
The personal life, it took a bit of getting used to with like just my friendship groups
Yeah.
first, getting them to not get on board with it, but stop making fun, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because when you kind of first start posting content out to like a bigger audience, like the people around you, like my friends, are always going to tease and stuff. But it just gets to the point where you just get over it.
Hmm.
They eventually stop teasing when they realize kind of what and why you're doing it. Personal life, so in my actual relationship with my partner, hasn't really affected it too much, because she's understanding. She knows that it's all part of a job, and
Yeah.
yeah, so she's pretty understanding of that. And then from a business perspective, like it's all good. Like people know why I'm doing that. Even my clients understand why I'm posting all this time, and like they know because they've come from it themselves.
Yeah. And how do you kind of stay motivated to continue creating content and kind of growing your business in such a highly competitive space?
It's just a case of doing it. So
Okay.
comparing it to like the fitness example, motivation, like I say to my clients, like you can never wait for motivation because, as we all know, motivation comes and goes.
Yeah.
No one is motivated 100% of the time, and it's the same with like putting out content. I could easily be, oh, I can't bother to post this week. Like even over Christmas, I could have been like, oh, Christmas, let me take time off, let me not post. But then you're out of people's reach. You're not front of mind. So when January comes round, I want to be the person that had been posting through December. So
Yeah.
when January comes around and people go, oh, okay, I'm going to think about doing something now, I was already front of mind because they've been seeing me every single day. So
Yeah.
it's just a case of consistency in doing it,
Okay. Uh,
dedication over motivation, always.
sorry, what was that?
Dedication over
Dedicate.
motivation.
I like that quote. And have you pursued any kind of like formal education or training around marketing or entrepreneurship, business type thing, or have you just learned through your experience?
So my qualifications touched on business marketing, but complete like ground level. Once when I took a step into the online space, I signed up with mentorship called the Online Trainer Education, and then they taught me a lot more about business marketing, especially Instagram tactics as well. They're like the big ones, but
Yeah.
most of what I do comes from what they taught me.
Okay. Is that something you're still part of then?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, I'm down to my last couple of questions now. So just kind of like looking ahead, where do you see your business and kind of personal brand in the next 5 to 10 years?
Something that I've been thinking about myself, especially with 2025 goal setting. So at the moment, my yearly goal is always to double the amount of people I work with,
Yeah.
and expand and diversify with what we do as well. So in 5 to 10 years, I'd like to have another offering. So at the moment, my main offering is working with one-to-one clients to help them with the health, fitness, and mindset. I'd like to have another like another offer, another program, another service within the business, and I'd like to take a bit of a bit of a step back within the business too. So at the moment,
Right.
I'm still head coach. I'm still doing all the messages, all the marketing. I'm doing everything myself. I have a coach that works with me, but he's part time. So I'd like to bring him full time, and I can take a bit of a bigger step back and spend more time with my family.
Ah, okay, yeah. And do you plan to expand beyond Instagram onto other platforms or any other business ventures?
Probably just stick with Instagram, and then I'll have a bit more of a focus on email marketing when the time's right.
Yeah. And do you have any advice for someone who's starting as a kind of like content creator, micro influencer who wants to turn their platform into kind of an entrepreneurial opportunity?
Yes, do the boring stuff first. It's really boring to think of what to post every day. It's really boring to post stories all through the day, but it works. Like if you're not going to be, if you're not going to post every single day, then you're not going to get to where you want to be. It's just a case of putting out all the content first, no matter what quality it is. I know a lot of people obsess over making their content the best it can be. Oh, I can't post that; it's not good enough yet.
Yeah.
Just post. Like when you're beginning, anything is better than nothing. And then as you start to post, you're going to naturally get better. And then like if you're doing 7 posts a week rather than 1 post a week, that 7 post is always going to be better than the first one. So as you practice,
Hmm.
as you post every day, you're naturally going to get better. And it's all okay. Like it's that snowball effect. The more you do, the better you're going to be.
Yeah, no, that's really good advice. And I guess my next question is around reflections on the role Instagram plays. I guess this question is probably, I probably know the answer to it, but how do you feel Instagram as a platform has helped or hindered your journey to becoming a business? I guess it's
It's,
helped, yeah.
it's where, yeah, I built my business.
Yeah,
I've only focused on Instagram because it works.
yeah.
There's enough active users on Instagram to, yeah, to fill up my business. So I
That's
never needed to go and use another platform.
and do you think it will remain the central part of your kind of business strategy in the future?
I think so, mainly because of the messaging system.
Yeah,
So the Instagram, like the DM function, is really good compared to other social media apps, and just the fact that you can like kind of almost subscribe to one person, see all their posts on your homepage, but you can also use the search bar to look at new people. You get suggested posts every now and again, so
yeah,
it works from people that are already in my world, and it also works to people that haven't met me yet. If that makes sense.
yeah. And have any changes in Instagram's algorithms or policies affected your business or content strategy?
Kind of, but I don't tend to um, keep my ear to the ground on that. I know a lot of people, and some people I know, they're always focusing on the algorithm. I need to change my content. I need to do this. I need to do that. I just continue to do what I do anyway.
Yeah,
So I think that I've got enough followers at the moment
yeah.
to provide me with a stable business. I don't need to go searching for new people yet. Obviously, when I do, then I'll have to pay more attention to the algorithm.
Great. Okay, well, I think those I've got to the end of my questions. There were only 9 of them, but some had a couple extra on them. But yeah, I really appreciate your time